You can hurt now, or you can hurt later. One just sucks a little bit more. So we often have discussions around health and fitness, about exercise, about the choices we make. And one that always gets me is, oh, but I'm sore. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it's boring. Oh, all these things. I could be doing X with this. I could be doing Y with this time. All these excuses around things. But here's the truth. It's going to hurt at some point, regardless of the decisions you make. At some point, it is going to hurt. Whether that's injury, whether that's disease, whether that's just life catching up with you. At some point, it is all going to come back and it's going to hurt. So you can make a choice. You can either invest in your health, your fitness, your future now, or you can continue to kick it down the road and watch that mounting debt, that mounting issue build up and up and up. The choice is yours. The question is, when do you want to pay the bill? When do you want to pay the price? And I see this frequently with people. And it's, oh, well, I just don't have time. Until the pain gets so great that suddenly you don't have any other option but to invest the time. Or worse yet, that time has passed. That ship has sailed. And now you're left suffering without a clear way out. You know, my mum's a great example of this one. Don't get me wrong, I love my mum. But the gym was always too hard. The gym was always, I don't really have time, I'm busy, I'm tired. I mean, insert excuse here. And I'm like, as far as it goes, like it doesn't cost anything. She comes to my private training studio. She gets to work out with me, and it's not going to cost anything. But that is too much of an ask. Until she ended up in pain. Until she ended up with chronic sciatica. And lo and behold, all of a sudden, it's like, I'll do anything. I'll do whatever you say. I'll do whatever it takes to get out of this pain. And then the questions become, oh, well, why is it so bad? Why am I suffering so much? Well, because I could have dealt with this 6, 12, 18 months ago, 24 months ago. If we'd addressed it before it become a serious issue, it would have been a really quick fix. We wouldn't have had to get into this pain. But now you're suffering, and now we have to deal with it at the level it's at. You need to make the choice before it gets to a choice where your hand is forced. And so many people want to put their head in the sand. So many people want to avoid it until it's too late. Until something catastrophic happens. And I think more so amongst men. Because, like, I see it, like, I play basketball. I play, it's just kickabouts. Like, let's be realistic here. It's just the local competition. There's nothing too grandiose about it. But I love basketball and I love to play. And where I'm at in terms of time-wise in my life right now, I have time to play once a week. I don't have time to practice. I don't have time to invest into playing at a higher level. Maybe down the track, that'd be something I'd like to return to. But right now, it's just once a week kickabouts. I see so many guys who are trying to return to their former glory or return to their athletic prowess and get stuck into it. And yet, because they haven't done the work, suddenly serious injury happens. Suddenly, blown knees, Achilles, hips, shoulders, you name it, they've done it. And that's because they weren't willing to pay the price earlier. And we've spoken about it before. I am, in nearly every game, the fittest player on the court. And if I'm not off by far. And I play against 20-year-olds. Yeah, sometimes they're older. But we do play against 18 to 20-year-olds. Sometimes they're 25. There is no chance that I should be dominating in fitness, in speed, in any of these areas. And we got to the end of the game last week and they were like, wow, like you were just everywhere. You know, the energy you gave was just phenomenal. Like, how do you do it? And I was like, because I prepare my body. And they're like, oh, so you've been training for basketball? I was like, no, I don't do any form of training that is specific to basketball. Anything remotely close to that. But what I do is look after my body. I pay the price daily. You know, the price of greatness is investing in you. It's doing the work. It's sweating. It's sacrificing. It's making the right choices. It's making those decisions for you. And that price must be paid every single day. It's like they say, rent is due every day. But I'm willing to pay that to be able to do the things I want to do in my life. And no, that doesn't mean I'm going to be free from injury. It doesn't mean that freak incidents won't happen. You know, 18 months ago, I tore my ACL and my meniscus in a freak incident. But I also rebounded really quickly because I invest into me. I invest into the thing that allows me to live my life, my physique, my body, my health, my fitness. I invest daily and heavily into these areas so that I don't have to pay the price later. So that I don't have to pay the price at a time that I don't want to. I'd rather choose when and how to pay the price than to be caught off guard in a random moment, and then that's it. And I've spoken before about the father who wanted to, and I gave him props to it, wanted to play with his kid. He wanted to get up there and he wanted to be in it. But he hadn't paid the price to be able to do that stuff. And so he tore his quad. Mind you, which is a feat in itself. That is not an easy thing to do. But he tore his quad. And, you know, going from wanting to be the dad who played with his kid to watching the fear and grief in his child's eye as her hero just crumpled to the ground in tears. That is not something I think any of us want to be a part of. But he hadn't done the work to be able to do those things. And that's what I mean about the price. You know, there will come a day where it will come, where you will have to pay for the choices you've made. And look, you might get lucky and it might be 30 years from now. It might be 50 years from now. Who knows? But it will come. And I can near guarantee you that the price will be greater than anything you want to pay. But the benefit of paying the price now, of investing now, of choosing to do the work now, is that, well, there are other benefits. You know, you become the man that you want to be. You become a man of discipline, of grit, of determination, of follow-through. You become a man who keeps his word. You become a leader of your family. You get to instill and pass along great habits and health and wellness into your children. You get to lead by example. You get to lead a better life. You get to feel better. You get to build confidence. You get to, well, step into the man that you know you should be. And I have a feeling if you're here, there's a good chance that you were at one stage an athlete. So you get to rebuild that as well. I can tell you, it feels great to be strong, fit, and athletic. And it's exactly how we should. That is normal. Being strong, fit, healthy, athletic is normal. Being overweight, having the dad bod, looking in the mirror disgusted with yourself, unable to play with your children, unable to do the things you want in life because you made the wrong choices is not normal. It might be common, but it is not normal. They are vastly different things. But pain, sacrifice, suffering is going to come one way or the other. I'd rather choose when it came, in what format it came, and how much I was willing to give. I'd rather choose to suffer daily through my workouts, in the choices that I make to improve my life, improve my health, improve my fitness, improve my standing in this world. I'd rather choose that sacrifice than being forced to give up the other things due to disease, due to injury, due to poor life choices. Because that to me just sounds awful. That to me sounds like everything you'd hate to have. And it will be forced upon you. And unfortunately, too many people don't wake up in time to make the right choices before it's forced upon them. And this is why we must choose better now. It's why we must make the right choices now. As I said, because, you will have to sacrifice things. But you sacrifice the unimportant. You sacrifice the things that don't actually serve you. You sacrifice the things that, if we're truly, truly honest about it, don't actually provide anything in our lives. And I'm talking about, junk food, alcohol, social media, porn, frivolous spending, these kinds of things, these forms of sedation, choosing the things that are actually going to benefit you for the future. Yeah, you make sacrifices, but what are those things actually providing for you right now? Because I have a sneaking suspicion the answer is nothing. And if you're telling me it does, we might have to have a reevaluation of what providing value actually is. And I think it becomes this one of, it isn't easy to give them up. Don't get me wrong, there are still days that I have a bad day and I'd rather kick back on the couch with a big pizza, nice whiskey, some ice cream, all that kind of stuff, and just enjoy it. But I'd rather choose the hard of not giving in to those feelings so that I can live my life the way I want, on my terms, able to take on anything and everything, to be an inspiration and an example to my children and to all those around me. That seems like a much more worthwhile way to live my life than being like, oh no, Daddy couldn't give up his vices for you. Because they are vices. They are all psychological. They are all within your head, within your control to change them. The question just becomes, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to pay that price? So if you're ready to actually invest into something that is going to deliver so much for you and change your life, then comment Commanding Greatness into the comment section and we will make that a reality for you, because everything you want is on the other side of that. So if you're ready for that, you know what to do. You know where to find me, and let's make that your reality.